But it's time for the Italian Grand Prix as Nunes starts on pole position in first place to Oyinkro and his championship rival now, who starts in P3 for the Grand Prix today. Rounding off your top 10, it is Patrick O'Donoghue in the much slower Ferrari due to the restrictions placed on them for breaching certain financial rules. Ahmed Silla in his home race starts all the way down in P15. He'll be hoping for a bit of a comeback today, and his teammate starts down in P21. Cornwall could be on for a bit of a comeback today, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's get into the race. And the formation lap has been completed. No we wait for, so there's 5 little bright red lights here at the circuit of Monza. And the Italian Grand Prix is officially underway. It's a good getaway there from the top 2. Oyinkro side by side with Nunes as we make our way down into turn 1. What will the result be? Oyinkro down the inside. They make contact at turn 1. Nunes across the grass into the barriers. The barriers flipping all over the track. Loose blue blocks there. Gonzalez just about survives, but Nunes is out of the Grand Prix. And here comes Verstappen on the straight, looking to make the pass as Oyinkro comes into the pit lane to serve his drive-through penalty that he's been given after the result of the first corner. Very dangerous move from him there. And here comes Aaron Connolly looking on his alley as well, looking to the inside of Oyinkro. He gets the move done. Connolly on the straight, looking to also defend and make the move on Oyinkro. But Oyinkro on the outside of Parabolica. Can he get the move done on the Cadillac, the Red Bull and Cadillac? These two have fought all year, and now he makes his way past around the outside. And next up is Cornwall. And here comes Enzo through the lowest 2 corners, and Silla looking for the overtake, but Tony Black into the wall. The Grand Prix flipping over the track. Contact with Silla after the chicane. A big collision there, and the virtual safety car is out. And here they go through turn 1. O'Donoghue making his way up to P7 now in this Grand Prix. A good comeback drive from him so far. The virtual safety car has been called once more. Who has not been able to finish this race this time? It's now held up ahead. He is out, and any championship gains he was hoping to make over Nunes have now been cut to naught as he crashes out here. And here comes the 2 Koenigsegg cars battling it out here like back in 2030. Cornwall looking around the outside of the Italian at the final corner, but he's not able to make the move. But these guys do have to be careful because the Red Bull is starting to make gains from further back as he's now within a second of the 2. Through turns 1 and 2 he goes. He's still got the 5-second penalty that he has to serve in the pit lane. The virtual safety car once more out, and this time it's for Gonzalez. Yet again, he does not finish a race today. And here comes Verstappen into the next 2 corners, and he's out as well at the chicane, a very common place for crashes. And here comes Alex Lowell still leading in an Audi 1-2 so far as he makes his way into the chicane. He is also now at the safety car is out. And the safety car coming in this lap, Dawson will be the one to get us on the way once more as she rounds the final corner and decides to go. It's a good start there. Marshall not really able to make any gains onto the straight as they will make their way down the long straight here, part of the oval back in the day. But as he's weaving left to right, Oyinkro trying to make a move on the BMW of Nanzar as it's all packed here. Into turn 1 they go. Will there be any contact as they make their way into the chicane? Big contact there. Oyinkro off the track, and everyone sliding about on track there. Cornwall caught up in the mess over there as well. Silla back there stuck interlocked with Oyinkro's front wing, but they all managed to somewhat make their way back onto the track somewhat safely. And here comes Oyinkro making it round the outside of the Cadillac there up into P10. He goes. The virtual safety car has once more been called, and it's Dawson out of the Grand Prix now, out of the Italian Grand Prix. And here comes Oyinkro looking to go down the inside of Cornwall. These two always have good battles, contact between the two, and he gets the better exit and moves his way up into P7 in this one. And now Cornwall's under pressure from his teammate at his home race. Round the outside goes Silla at the Italian Grand Prix to get himself up into P8 to chase down Oyinkro, but the virtual safety car's out again, and it's Weat Marshall who is out of the Grand Prix. So many not able to finish this race today. Here comes Monkey on Cloud looking for the move on the Ferrari into the chicane, and he's out of the Grand Prix. That was always going to happen. 2 into 1 does not go, and Monkey on Cloud, the second Williams, now out. And here comes Skittles on the straight, looking to go down the inside of that Koenigsegg, forcing him wide, and he goes deep through the second part of the corner, and that is a grave mistake there from Skittles. But Zenzo now making an overtake on Silla. Up he goes into P4, and there's a big collision there between the Ferrari Racing God and Vettel fan. He survives and leads at his home Grand Prix. Up into first he goes. A big collision there between the two of them, but the McLaren survives. Here comes Ali into the chicane, and he's also out. Oh, almost jumping in the air there. He's out of the Grand Prix. Safety car about to come in. Zenzo will be the one to get us underway as he rounds the final corner, the famous final corner Parabolica, as he makes his way into the braking zone. Not really braking zone, because they are going at such slow speeds. When will he go is the big question. Through the final corner he decides to hit that full throttle as he exits the last corner. Ahmed Silla on the straight. He's going to be under pressure from I'm Turbo in behind. Zenzo with a clean getaway, but Turbo there on the outside, onto the inside now, and he's been forced into the barriers. Ahmed Silla, a big collision there between the two of them. The Italian out. And here comes I'm Turbo into the corner, and they're both out of the Grand Prix now. Big collision between the two, and a grave mistake from, no, not I'm Turbo, Vettel fan, out in his home race, albeit as well. Very unfortunate for the McLaren. The virtual safety car is out, but we are getting to that point in the race where if we do not have enough drivers for the podium celebration, we have to restart with a red flag, with everyone being allowed to race again. As here comes Oyinkro looking for the overtake on Cornwell. He and him were both battling throughout this whole race, and he goes down the inside at the chicane, a dangerous place to make a move, and they make contact, and into the wall they go, and that means we will have to red flag the race, and we will be restarting with a full grid of 24 drivers with 2 laps to go in this one. Who will come out on top? Well, the red flag came out, and it's come back in the race, restarting with 2 laps to go. Who can make the difference here with a short race at Italia in Monza? They all get away pretty cleanly here onto the straight. This time it's looking like Nubert Nunes is playing it safe. Oyinkro playing it safe, tucking into the slipstream of that Porsche. Into turn 1 they go. Capstappen and Gonzalez contact there, and he's out of the Grand Prix. The Mercedes, no, it's Nahel out. He is gone. The Frenchman, the championship leader of late, is now out of the Grand Prix with 1 lap remaining, as Nubert Nunes leads up at the front and will most likely be leading the championship once again after this Grand Prix, as the virtual safety car is still out. Still yellow flags here. The 2 Ford performance cars at the back trying to get detangled from each other as they make their way back onto the track, but they're both out of this Grand Prix. The cars too slow. Disqualification for both Ford performances there, and we see Gonzalez with a 5-second penalty. Big incident from him. On to the final lap they go. Racing God, O'Donoghue and a couple McLarens into turn 1. There's contact between O'Donoghue and Vettel fan into turn 1. A collision there, and there's still yellows there as they all try and make their way back onto the track. Everyone reversing and moving forward, and this track has been cleared, but the virtual safety car has been called. Cornwell out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately, and with half a lap to go. Who can win it here? Nubert Nunes looks like your likely candidate. A second clear of Oyinkro over in P2. He got his first race win here back in 2029 for Ferrari. As the virtual safety car comes to an end, he's deploying the batteries. Oyinkro, as he makes his way through, he's looking much faster than the Porsche. He's looking for the overtake there as he fakes to the left, goes to the right and goes down the inside. Yes, side by side, wheel to wheel on the straight with half a lap, a quarter of a lap remaining. Down the inside of Parabolica, these two fighting up to the line. It's going to be a photo finish between the two. The Porsche, the Red Bull, who will win the Grand Prix. And Oyinkro takes the victory here in Monza by a tenth of a second. Lowell will come home for P3 in his Grand Prix, this shorter version of the Grand Prix after the safety car and red flag restart. And Silla will come home for points at home.